The most litigated construction issue nationally is water leakage through the exterior envelope. At EDA Contractors, we're at the forefront of that. We're usually one of the contractors who's most at risk when it comes to water leaks through the exterior envelope, because that's what we install. Roofing, waterproofing, vegetative roofing, as well as exterior panels, which are wall panels, metal panels, things of that nature, as well as the air and vapor barrier. The rain screen is installed after the exterior sheathing of the building is installed. General contractors have been known to break it apart and give it to two different installers. One installer will install the air vapor barrier or the weather barrier, while another installer will install the subframing, insulation, and the wall panels. Leaks often develop behind the studs and will not be discovered for several years. What happens is that water has a tendency to dance. Once it gets through the wall panels, which it's designed to do, it will travel up the subframing system all the way to the air vapor barrier. And if there is any hole in the air vapor barrier that was not sealed after it was drilled through, the water will get into there. And you will not notice any problems in there for several years. The facility manager of the building will then notice that there is a really bad mold problem or something, a leak problem, water infiltration of the exterior envelope. Their next play is to call the installers of the rain screen. Because the general contractor broke apart that scope and gave the air vapor barrier to one installer and the panels to another, both of these installers are pointing the finger at each other to say, well, hey, that water's not my problem. The air vapor barrier installer will say, well, wait a minute, my air vapor barrier was installed perfectly on this building until that wall panel installer poked 50,000 holes in it. You can't blame me. The wall panel installer also feels like they're not at fault, and they'll say that my system is designed to let the water through. It's a dry sealed system. There's no caulk in between these wall panels. So the water's designed to get through. How could you possibly blame me? They'll reach out to the air vapor barrier manufacturer and say, this thing's leaking. What are we supposed to do? That manufacturer will immediately reply and say, well, that's a workmanship error. The installer must have installed it incorrectly. Our material is perfect and is designed to not let the water through. It's those holes that are at fault. EDA believes in a culture of accountability. We believe that the air vapor barrier and the cladding should be under the same responsibility of one installer. We came up with the concept of the EDA envelope. What is the EDA envelope? We believe that the wall panel installer should take on the responsibility of the water tightness of the air vapor barrier that's underneath of them. After all, it's one system. Putting them under one contract forces these two entities to work together. To force this issue, we also believe in accountability, as I mentioned before. We believe that the wall cladding installer should be responsible and held responsible through a 10-year workmanship watertight warranty. 2 years is not enough, 4 years is not enough. You might not find the leak in that time. That's why 10 years is essential. This way, if there is a leak found during the process of the building's life cycle, they have one number to call, the cladding installer. Or for the EDA envelope, EDA Contractors. We believe from experience here at EDA Contractors, it is always more cost effective to fix a leak than to try to fight it in a litigation. To learn more about this warranty, visit our website, envelope.edacontractors.com.